Hello everyone, so today we're talking about characterization. So we're building on everything we've done so far. We know about the world the person lives in. We know who they are. We have an idea of maybe the emotional shifts they're going through. So using those things, we can start bringing this character to life and thinking about the way they look and how they move and how they speak. Start thinking about the way the character breathes firstly. So we've looked at maybe shaping the monologue in terms of emotional beats. Now, investigate that further by thinking about how do those emotions affect the way you breathe. Breath is the most important tool you have. With breath, you can access emotion. So I'm going to overdo this a bit now, but if you start panicking, your breath gets quicker, maybe it gets shallower, it's hard to breathe. The same way, if you're really irritated with someone, maybe you hold your breath and you're carefully controlling your breath because you want to get each word out before you slap this person through the face. Maybe if you're very awkward, the breath is kind of just taking over and you don't really know how to control it. So as we move into character, look firstly at how your breath would be affected by the emotional beats you've chosen. Keep asking yourself firstly, before you worry about character, how would I react in the situation, or how do I respond when I'm feeling this emotion? Start with you, because as I said before, your heart is going to be what powers this character. And it sounds obvious, but I can't say it enough because I forget this all the time. Breathe. Find places where you can just sit and breathe. And if you want to, you can mark them out on your script. I kind of make a little V where I just want to remind myself to take a breath. Watch out for something that's sometimes called white noise. And that's kind of when a breath is put on to show that you're going through the most. I'm angry. Oh, I'm so angry. Remember how much power there is in just stillness. So hopefully by now you have quite a good idea of who they are and you're starting to think about what they sound like. So read the monologue in a variety of voices that you think the character could use. So for example, Nick Payne is a British playwright. And there's something for me that's quite British about the way it's written, the kind of contained awkwardness in the beginning. So I'm going to try it out. When she tells me she might be pregnant, I'm in the middle of roasting a chicken. Oh, to be specific, I'm in the middle of basting a chicken. I'm in the middle of roasting, and at the core of the recipe, there's a lot of butter. Cool, I think I could imagine him with a British accent. See how different accents make you feel. When she tells me she might be pregnant, I'm in the middle of roasting a chicken. Definitely not going to do it like that, but play with it. And as I said, we're not kind of plucking these things from the air. We're drawing on the world of the play, who they are, the emotional states. Those are all rhythmic things, and they're going to inform the way they speak. If I'm a nervous person, very awkward and contained, I think my consonants will be a little bit more clipped. I might talk a little bit faster. Had a lovely day today. How are you? Fine, good, great, lovely. If you talk in maybe a higher register, hi, wow, a bird. And a lower register, I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm trying to prove something a bit. How tight are the character's lips? If I play my hippie character, I don't know why, but it's like my lips go quite tight. But maybe if you're French, babe, it's loose. Play with articulation. If I'm in a hardcore band, I'm probably not gonna articulate too much, I don't care if you can't hear what I'm saying, dude, it's your problem. And if I'm a news anchor, you're likely to hear every single word. So I know the character Abe in this monologue, he's 30, he's a music producer. I think there's something about him that's just very kind of everyday and everyday life. So chances are I'm probably going to use something closer to my own voice and my natural ways of talking. Decide what the character's doing in the scene. Are they just sitting or standing and just talking to someone else? In this example, Abe is not speaking to a specific character, he's addressing the audience in the play. So then I get to decide who I see myself telling this to. And I think I'm playing with the idea of just telling it to a friend, across the table. Maybe the play tells you exactly what they're doing in the monologue, otherwise you get to decide. Maybe you don't want to move at all and you just want to sit there telling the story. That's perfect. This monologue is very conversational and it kind of feels like he's just telling a story. So I like the idea of him maybe sitting at breakfast and having a slice of toast while he's telling the story. And this is something we call business. So what is their business? What are they busy doing? The nice thing about doing something is that it gives you the chance to play with rhythms. If I'm nervous, maybe I'm tapping the pencil against my fingers. Or Oh, I'm biting it. So as I'm playing with Abe, I like the idea of him being quite soft, quite vulnerable, you know, a little bit geeky, maybe a little bit awkward. And I'm playing with this idea of maybe he's just having a cup of coffee as he's telling the story. And in my house, I found this, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's the mug for Abe. But again, make the choice based on the monologue, so maybe it's better to have them just doing nothing, just sitting and talking to you. So, whether you decide to give them business or not, start thinking about their rhythm of physicality. For example, when Abe is sitting in the hospital waiting room, what's his rhythm like? Is he kind of just sitting dead still and observing all these things going on around him? Is he very jittery? You know, he can't sit still. You know, how much do they use their hands when they talk? Are they very expressive? Are the movements quite subtle? Also, you guys are going to be filming these, so you have the chance to be quite subtle and to do things that are going to read on camera. So if you're a young person who's staring at the person they're in love with, you know, do you bite your lip? It'll read. Moving further outwards, we're now looking at how they look, what they wear, how do they wear their hair, how clean are they, what kind of makeup do they wear, are they wearing a wig? Because you want to make the audience believe you're this person before you even open your mouth. When they see you, they must see the character. Because the more you feel like the character, the less you're going to feel you need to prove you're the character or show us you're the character. You're just going to be the character. Do they wear glasses? Are they wearing a cap? Are they wearing a button-up shirt? How messy is their hair? Maybe they're wearing some kind of jewelry. Do they wear a hoodie? I think I'm starting to feel a bit like Abe now. I like the idea of him having glasses based on the text and the character I want to portray. And maybe just like a hoodie, you know, everyday kind of wear. I think it's soon after he's woken up, so I like his hair being a little bit messy. So play around with 100 million different options. Next time, we'll be looking at the rehearsal process and how to keep the monologue fresh and how to get the words out the way so you don't have to worry about them. I'll see you then.